Rabbi Andrea Goldstein. I work at Congregation Shar Emeth here in St. Louis, Missouri, and am the founder and director of the Jewish Mindfulness Center of St. Louis. There is a midrash that is told about two men, Reuven and Shimon, who were present during the Exodus from Egypt. And as the seas split and the people crossed through, Reuven and Shimon were noticing their feet and how muddy the ground was and how the mud was getting all over their shoes. And instead of looking up and seeing the walls that had parted, the walls of water that had parted, and the miracle that was taking place, the miracle they were literally walking through, all they did was complain to one another about the mud that was gathering on their shoes and about how they wished they had stayed in Egypt, where something like this travesty of their muddy feet would never be happening. The Midrash speaks to us of a number of things, but one thing that it teaches us is that it is hard for all of us to be present to the blessings and the literal miracles that fill our days. Even in the midst of the greatest miracle ever described for us, still there were two people who were more concerned with the dirt on their shoes and remembering back, wishing they were elsewhere, someplace else than where they were. And in doing so, they missed the miracle. Jewish mindfulness, Jewish practices, Jewish tradition is really all about grounding us in the present moment, allowing us to experience what is happening around us and within it as it is happening, moment to moment, without judgment or fear. And in doing so, we become awakened and aware and present to our own lives. Sometimes that means that we are awakened to miracles. The morning blessings that we are to recite each morning, they are called Nisim B'chol Yom, the daily miracles. But what do they tell us to bless? They tell us to say a blessing for the fact that we've opened our eyes, for the fact that we recognize that we are taking our first breath, for the feeling of our feet touching the firm earth beneath us. These are not literal miracles, but they can feel that way if we bring our attention and awareness to them. Through the practice of Jewish mindfulness, that's what we are doing. And as leaders, when we bring these practices into our own lives, we become more aware of our own power, and we are more able to share that with those that we lead. So it has been a blessing to be with all of you. Shalom.